And yes, this episode's going to be sped up, which is what I meant by doing the desert a little bit differently. Since if I were to do this normally, it probably would have taken me around 2 episodes. But I thought, why not just do it sped up and have it be 1 episode that's around 20 minutes, since doing this actually only took me around 50 minutes. I thought it would have been like an hour long. Although, to be fair, I do only really fight, or go out of my way to fight one enemy, or one type of enemy. Since that enemy, or the Pokies, can hold an item that we need for the recipes. And 2, this is sort of the game where it's nice. It's going to be more beneficial if you stay underleveled rather than being or going out of your way to grind. But the item we need from the Pokies, I believe I haven't really been able to find a great source for it. But the Pokies have a 1 out of 8 chance of dropping the dried fruit. I think, yeah. If I'm wrong on the whole 1 out of 8 thing, please correct me. Since I really want to know if it is that. And normally you would need 3 dried fruits. But because I'm doing it in the most convenient way for the recipes, we only need 2. Since grinding for an item is not the most convenient, if you really think about it. And yeah, just find a noxious room in chapter 2. What? Yes, that is the late game item that is limited, but we can get more of via the little oink farm. Also, if you know this game, you'll probably be screaming at me for not talking to Colorado with Parakarry out, since the letters we've been finding, if we give them to the people that they're addressed to, they'll give us or for the most part, they'll give us a star piece. But I thought, why not just do that in the next episode, since it's just going to be like a little bit hard to explain, like, hey, do this sort of thing. Yeah. Also, I apologize if the collectible text boxes are a little bit hard, or a little bit vague, but that's only because I really don't want to have to make a graph for this. I want you to be able to, like, say, like, I want the text boxes to be used if you really wanted to use them by themselves, without the use of a graph or like any other thing. So that's why I'm going to be referring to landmarks instead of saying, like, go to C1 and hit the tree there. Also, yes, of course this game has invisible blocks. It wouldn't be a Mario game without them. So now that I think about it, for all the growing pains that this game has, this game actually has something over Thousand Year Door. And that's the fact that you get the ability to see hidden objects. Not only that, but there's a badge that notifies you if there's a star piece in a scene. I'm not sure why they left that out of Thousand Year Door. It just feels weird. Yeah. Although, to be fair, if you know where, like, you sort of know where they are, since, like, if something looks off, there's probably a item there. Or things. There's probably a hidden block there, which is sort of weird. And with that badge, that tells us where a star piece is, or if a scene has a star piece in it. I'm not sure if I want to wear that ever, since, well, I sort of have an inkling of where all of these star pieces are. Not to mention, sometimes it can get annoying. Like, there's a star piece in Toe Town we can't get until much later in the game. And that badge would tell you that there's a star piece in that screen. And you know that you can't get it until you get a certain partner. It's like, what? Why? So not to mention, there's something that we've been missing in terms of star pieces, and we can't get it until the next chapter, or we can't start unlocking them until the next chapter. And neither the thing that allows you to see the hidden items or the badge I'm talking about tell you where they are specifically. You kinda have to, like, go all over the place just to getting things randomly. Yeah, it's sort of weird, but yeah. Yeah. Also, I'm not too sure what I want to do with the star piece boxes, or the star piece description boxes, about the ones where, or in the interlude episodes where I go out of my way to go find Charismo. Since I've already recorded the next, I've already done the next recording session, and unsurprisingly, I end up doing the interlude episode, as I'm gonna call them, for chapter 2, and yeah, chapter 2, and because I didn't go out of my way to go find those, or to go do that last chapter, we kinda had to do a lot of catching up. So yeah, there's a lot of so maybe I might just, like, show one of them and then have the text box say from, or star piece blank to blank, and then do the, like, say Charismo quizzes 3 to 20 or something. Since really they're all the same, and if you want to know where Charismo is, just go to a town. Simple, really. I kind of sound mean. Sounded mean. So I think it's really convenient how I end up finding exactly 2 dried fruits for this. It's like, what? And also, the reason why I'm not going to the store to drop off my items is because, when you first enter in the desert town, which I need to know the name of, since, even in the recording session, I don't know the town name for that. It's sort of awkward, but, like, yeah, you can't access the shop when you first get there. So that's why I don't really go there. So, I'm giving myself a little bit of a handicap by juggling the items. Yeah. But yes, onward we go, really. So I'm not sure what to name this episode. I want to say Desert Dash, but, like, That's kind of convenient. Like that's easy. I want something challenging for this. Oh well. Actually, maybe I might use Sand Syncope since. Yes, Sand Syncope Sprint. What about that? Although, what does Syncope mean? I want to know. I will look that up when editing this episode or editing this part and flash up what it means. Because just Sand Syncope Sprint. Good shit if I do say so myself. So hopefully I never forget what I need to level up next. Although it's not that bad in this game since there's a level limit. So there's only a finite amount of times you can level up a thing. Which I think is sort of weird, but at the same time I can understand why they did that sort of thing. Since like you just think that you would just go over leveled. It's like, what? So the combination of Quake Hammer and Cooper are just amazing here, since for the most part you can end battles in one turn. Although, you do end up using a lot of FP here. So since I did just get my second dried fruit, I'm going out of my way to avoid battles now, since I really want to keep my level, really. For the most part, there's not like a big advantage of being over-leveled, really. I think, yeah, the only difference is that you have, like, more stats, pretty much. Yeah. Never really say this, but, like, on a bunch of this, but, like, the map you have in the game actually looks pretty good. I need to use it more. I'm sure, maybe I might start up the next recording session just by staring at it or something. I'm not sure. Probably should have mentioned this earlier, but the tornadoes you see around, I believe they send you a few blocks away, and they're not random. I say this because I have accidentally span into the same tornado twice, and I've been sent to around the same area. Not to mention, we do need to use one to get a badge later on in this part. Also sort of weird, but there's only 2 trees in this entire area that have things for us that aren't coins. And we kinda can't get the second one until later. It's weird, in a way. Also, desert, yay! Also, of course there's an oasis, but we will get into the oasis later. Maybe. So I think I end up saying this in the next recording session, but I'm kinda surprised how much I've been enjoying this so far. Since, like, Chapter 1 feels really slow, and of course Chapter 2 is the desert, and I'm extremely demoralized by desert, but I think it might actually be that I'm recording it. So, like, I'm not as bothered by it. It's sort of weird. Like, maybe it's because I'm not paying so much attention to what I'm doing in the game, and it's sort of just like I'm focusing more on what I'm saying than what I'm doing. Therefore, I'm not doing... Yeah, therefore I'm not paying as much attention to the game as I would normally do. Which is weird, because I rarely ever play games by themselves. Unless it's like either like a really brand new game, or like it's a PC game and I kinda need to like... I can't do something else in the background, sort of thing. Since like... I think I might say this a few times now, a few times in the future, but some of these songs, some of the soundtrack, it's gonna be my first time hearing that song, or those songs. So yeah, it's sort of weird when you think about it. Like for instance, at the moment I'm listening to music as I do this, to just so I'm not listening to nothing. But recording that Pikmin main channel video was the first time I actually got to listen to the Pikmin music. And I really like the Forest Navel. So holy shit, does that Pokey, the horde of Pokies just merge it into one. Just look fucking creepy as shit. It's probably because their eyes are like black and their pupils are white. Could be wrong, but I think that's the only time in the entire Mario franchise where that happens. Huh. So there's a lot of just random blocks here. I'm not sure why. Maybe they might say or something, or whatever. But yes, onward we go. I said that twice now. What? Probably should have mentioned this now, but I've accidentally had like, well, I've recorded this thing a few times now, or this voiceover. The first time I wasn't so glad about it, and the second time through I forgot to press the record button, or something happened and it just didn't end up recording. I am a professional. But yes, we're finally getting to the Oasis. Well, about to get into the Oasis. I just need to smash some trees first. But yes, episode 9, and we're getting into another collectible of sorts. I'm not going to track it, only because there's not as many. And not to mention, I think they're more common than the other ones. But yes, we can upgrade our partners. And because I was using Coops for this, or Cooper. Coops is a different turtle. What are you talking about? But yes, I just thought, yeah, why not just use Coops? Cooper. Since the Bennets have 3, 5 HP each, and just took them out in one turn. As you do. Yeah. Man, my throat's sounding like a really fucking thing. No, what? Yeah. Probably shouldn't have done this at like 1 AM. But oh well. Also, I'm kind of ahead in terms of episodes. So I think I might work on a main channel video. until whatever released catches up a little bit, I think, yeah. Since I have the time. Not to mention, I think that's sort of the point of this, like, work on videos for this once they're like ahead sort of, then go into the main channel content sort of thing. Yeah. So I think I might need to start up wrapping up, but in this episode we went through the desert, and next episode we'll resume chapter 2 things. But until then, that has been LCU.